Hello, this is Joanne of Kaduna reporting for GT and hashtag Sustainable Sunday. Welcome back to the channel and I'm glad to have you back. Recycling is one of the effective pillars of proper waste management in any society. But it seems like when it comes to the Nigerian context, we are almost like at zero compared to other countries. We are not recycling as much. Evidence of this is now that the rainy season is upon us, our nyash has opened. Okay, am I supposed to say that? Okay, our in Hausa they will say our asiri has to new because you get to see a lot of blocks, drainages, a lot of waste flying up and down that shouldn't be flying up and down if we had proper waste management systems in place. But we do not have proper waste management systems in place, and recycling is one of the ways that we can be able to put our waste management in check, but we are not doing that. In Lagos alone, it is estimated between 13,000 to 15,000 tons of waste is generated every day, and about 2,250 tons of that waste is actually plastic waste. That's equivalent of 2.25 million kilograms. It's also an equivalent of 15,000 donkeys of plastic is being 15,000 donkeys of plastic, like estimate, like imagine 15,000 donkeys. That's how much plastic is generated every day. Plastic waste is generated every day in Lagos state. That is just Lagos alone. Lagos is one state out of 36 states in Nigeria. So I asked myself the question, why don't Nigerians recycle as much? Not say we don't recycle at all, but we don't recycle as much. So here's some of my reasons why I think Nigerians don't recycle as much. Firstly, I believe that there is not enough information. If you ask a lot of people, if you ask a lot of common Nigerians on the street right now and you talk about recycling, they're like, what's that? It's something foreign to them. The act itself is not foreign, because if you look through our history and you look through the ways we've always lived our lives as Nigerians, as Africans, as Black people, you realize that recycling has always been in depth in our way of living. We always find ways to always make the best use of something and reuse it to do something, upcycle it, downcycle it. We look for different ways to be able to bring out the maximum potential of an item. But now with the growth of the world, with the rapid growth of the world, and everything is becoming a fast-paced economy, everything is just fast. The same way we are living the fast-paced life, the same way we are having fast-paced waste thrown back at us. For a country like ours, we are still taking baby steps towards that, and as such, a lot of local Nigerians living in urban regions do not have access to information concerning recycling. Either they do not have access to information concerning recycling, or they don't even know that there are actually recycling companies that exist to help them actually recycle. Another thing why I feel Nigerians are recycling is because it's a bit strenuous. The aspect of recycling. Now in Nigeria, the recycling companies that are available, there are just very few that actually do doorstep recycling. They go pick up your recyclables from your homes and help you recycle. As I said, we are living in a fast-paced world, and the concept of I have to gather my recyclables and then take it somewhere and then drop it off. A lot of people, they do not have access or do not have the time to be able to do that kind of work, or to be able to do that kind of work. So for them, you know what, let me just dispose everything. As long as it's no longer in my vicinity, I just don't care what happens. And so in Nigeria, there are not enough recycling companies that actually do the last mile collection from these people to help them, to actually encourage them to recycle more. Another reason why Nigerians do not recycle as much, or they don't recycle at all, is because there are not much incentives. Take it or leave it. A lot of Nigerians are actually poor. They cannot afford the basic necessities, and still there are not a lot of them that have access to the information that if you actually go through this waste recovery, waste collection process, you actually make money from it. For them is they want fast money. But I believe if more recycling companies or the government or environmental organizations actually put out more incentives and make recycling look juicier than it actually looks to the naked eye, then I believe a whole lot of Nigerians will actually buy into it. Some recycling companies actually give incentives, like when you recycle with them, you get points. Ecobata, for instance, does that. You get points and then you accumulate points, and when your points get to a certain level, either exchange it for food items or for cash or for some other incentives. Some companies have incentives like health insurance. Some companies have incentives like education for children, especially for children of waste collectors. So there are different kind of incentives, but if more and juicier incentives are pushed towards the recycling industry, especially towards their customers or their users, more people are actually going to appreciate it. Because even with the few incentives that have been thrown around, some Nigerians are actually beginning to see that, okay, there's something here. Well, maybe if the offer is juicier, a whole lot of Nigerians will actually recycle. Just my thoughts. Another reason why I feel like Nigerians don't recycle as much is because there are not enough recycling plants within the country. There are just a few recycling plants as opposed to the amount of waste that is being generated in Nigeria. Nigeria is termed the waste capital of Africa. So compared to the amount of waste that we generate in Nigeria, we do not have enough recycling plants for that. I don't think we have up to 10 functional recycling plants in Nigeria. There's still a lot of opportunity in the recycling industry to capitalize on this whole waste that we have in Nigeria. Even though I know that just recycling alone cannot bring us out of the waste problem that we have in Africa, or we have in the world, or we have in Nigeria, but recycling is one of the steps to taking us out of that waste pandemic or waste problem or waste wahala. So with these few points of mine, I'm not here to say Nigerians don't recycle at all, but they can actually recycle more. Or I feel like if these points of mine are being addressed or looked into, more Nigerians will be encouraged to recycle. And that's why I'm making videos like this, to actually educate more people to actually go recycle, so that we together we can be able to make the change that we want to see in the world and everywhere we want. So until my very next video, remember that you can be the change that you want to see. Joanna of Kajuna, signing out.